Yep, just watching TV, I guess, and having a little fire, a little campfire. I cooked uh, I cooked a couple of hot dogs over that today with this gadget right here. It worked pretty good. And there's mustard. Anyway, this thing, it worked pretty good. That's from the big evergreen I had to cut down the other day. It was dead. It's like a standing deadwood, I guess they call it, right? Standing deadwood. I had to cut it down. I burned a bunch of it a couple of days ago because it was rotten. And that wood that's stacked up there is actually already very dry. So that tree, I mean, it had no needles on it. Branches were falling out of it. That's how I realized it was dead. It was growing amongst 3 or 4 other evergreens. And whenever I cut the grass or walked over by that part of the yard, I was like, there was always branches or stuff on the ground. I was like, why is there all this stuff, these branches always laying around here? Then I realized that that tree was dead. Every time the wind blew, or in the wintertime, if it snowed enough, it would knock some stuff out of that tree, you know, it would knock branches and stuff down out of that tree. Then I finally realized, oh, there's one in here that's dead. And I had to cut it down because I realized also that if it fell into the woods, it would smash into other living evergreens and damage those trees, which would make those living trees unstable. And if it fell the wrong way into the yard, it could land on the shed. So I had to cut it down and make it fall in a direction that was safer into the yard. And that's the part that's a pain in the neck. You know, cutting the tree down just takes a couple of minutes. You just kind of figure out which way you want it to go and cut the tree trunk the right way. But then once it smashes into the ground, and now it's in the yard, that's when the real work starts. It takes a day to clean up a tree. You know, it wasn't as big as this guy, but probably, you know, a little more than half as tall as that one is. So still a big tree, but no needles on it and not nearly as many branches because it had been dead for a few years, I guess. And like I said, every time the wind blew, or if it snowed or rained or whatever, windy, branches would break off of this other tree and land in the yard or land in the woods, whatever. Anyway, this is what's burning is all the bark and just all the junk that winds up accumulated, you know, in the yard after you cut the tree down, right? You can't just let that stuff sit on the grass. It'll smother the grass. Anyhow, my activity for the afternoon, no work, just relaxing by the fire. It's nice. Bye.